Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna have to tighten that later. Sorry about that. Hopefully I get some people that come back. Hello. Okay. I think it's fixed now. We will see. Hello. I hit the camera. It's touchy, and I must have hit the cord, and it disconnected my camera. And even if I tried to plug it back in, it wouldn't go back. So I had to start a new life. I remember that, Mom, because I was sitting there thinking the other night, where are these kids as parents? And all these kids out in the streets at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, protesting, breaking stuff. I'm thinking, I knew where my kids were at that time of the day. They were asses were home. And if they weren't home, they better be where, because, they got teenagers. When my children hit their teenage years. But see, I put the fear of God in my kids and told them, you tell me you're going to be at A, you better be at A. Because if I get there and you're not at A and you are at B, you are going to be so much trouble. Because my mother told me there's nothing wrong with putting a little fear in your kids so they can use that noggin and that brain going, yeah, I better stay at A or I better call Mom before I go to B. And Diamond found that out the hard way. Because I never showed up anywhere. Well, mother intuition is a good thing. And she said she has learned it. Because I remember calling my girlfriend going, can you come and get, because I don't drive. I don't have a driver's license. And I called my girlfriend. And I said to my girlfriend, what are you doing? She's like, nothing. I said, you want to come and get me? She's like, why? I said, I don't know. I don't think Diamond's where she's supposed to be. I just had that feeling. She's like, okay, guess what? Mama was right. She lost her phone. See, I knew what to take away from each one of my kids. I didn't have to ground my kids. Well, they did get grounded, but I knew exactly to make their life miserable if they messed up. Taking my daughter's phone away from her, oh my God, the whole world come to an end. And then not letting her friends come over. Yeah. My son, it was his Xbox or his PlayStation, whatever game, console, gadget. My son never went anywhere. So, but my daughter, telling her she couldn't go by her friends, and she couldn't have her phone. Oh my Lord! Because see, in my house, my rule was school ends at 3:30. You better be home by 10 to 4, unless you're staying after school. Unless I know they had to come home first, do their homework, eat dinner, do their chores, and then they had a little time to go somewhere after school. Weekends, it was a different story. Except for Friday, they still had to get their for her. Oh yeah, Fridays they still had the same routine. They had to get their homework done. They had to eat dinner. Hello, Gaga, and then they could go. But because I wasn't playing this Sunday night, oh, I got homework. No, your homework came first. Diamond does that. She says she does that with the kids. They don't, but kids don't have homework where Diamond. The school district where Diamond is, they don't send homework home, which is kind of weird. I thought that was weird. But yeah, my daughter learned the hard way when I got the A and she wasn't there. And then her friends lied. Hello, Jersey. And then her friends won't tell me where she was. And I said, okay, this, and I grabbed my phone and they're like, what are you doing? I said, I'm calling your mom. She says, and I showed up there and the look on her face, I'll never forget it. She just stared at me and I went, and I went like that. And she knew to walk out of that house and she knew to, and I went like, I snapped my fingers and pointed and held my hand out. She knew what my hand meant. She put her phone in it and she lost it for a month. She's to this day, she remembers that because she knew. I always told her, she goes, "You never did that before." I said, "Mother's intuition. I had a feeling you weren't where you're supposed to be. I didn't. Nobody called me. No, I just had that feeling." I wasn't a strict parent, but I wanted to know where my child was. And but I think she has more respect for me as an adult because of that than anything. But I see so many kids out and about, and I wonder why they're out at that time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 15. It's like crazy. But fear of God, my mom would say. Just fear of God. I remember I got woke up 3 o'clock in the morning. Doorbell rings. Open the door. There's a police officer at my door. And I was like, what the hell? And the first thing goes to your mind, oh, and you think, okay, who's home? Dad was home. Sarah was home. Baby's home. Scott and Sam are at work. Oh my God. I went into panic. And I knew it wasn't my mom because my mom was passed away. I knew it wasn't my brother, but they were passed away. So, you go in that mode at 3 o'clock when your doorbell rings and it's a police officer. And I'm like, oh, I took that deep breath, waiting for the bad news to come. Because when my brother passed away, my stepmother just made it right before Michigan's police department contacted Green Bay Police Department to come to my house and give me death notification on my brother because I was his emergency contact. When they ran him, they didn't know that my brother was found by his buddy. And my brother's buddy contacted my dad. My dad drove all the way up there. My dad said, "Go tell Tina." Well, within that, like, hour time frame of Michigan State Police, whatever, called Green Bay and told them they had to come and tell me. So, that was the first thought that went in my head is, "Oh my god." Well, see, teenage kids were breaking it into people's cars on my road, okay? So, they got busted in my driveway breaking into my son-in-law's parents' car. And, oh, thank you. It's been 15 years? Hasn't it? I don't keep track. I just know he's gone. It's been a while. So I don't get me wrong, I still miss him, but it's not as punch hurting as it was anymore. You know what I mean? And so that's your first thought at 3 o'clock in the morning because you're talking at 12:30 at night this happened. It wasn't like 10 o'clock in the morning. It was 12:30 at night that my stepmother woke me up, told me about my brother dying in a car accident, and then the police officer showing up. 'Cause he walked up and he walked up just as he walked up the door, my stepmother told me, and I fell to out cold. So he didn't even ask to enter. He just saw me fall in, and then my sister caught me from hitting my head on a hardwood floor from being told. Oh, I've lost 2 brothers in the last 15 years of my life, plus my mother. And, um, I mean, with so back to the story. These kids were breaking into my son-in-law's parents' car that was parked in my driveway because he would ride with my husband to work. And this is stupid of kids. They're so stupid sometimes. They told the police officer, "Oh, this is our car. That's our parents' house." Like, they thought these officers weren't gonna ring the doorbell to wake up the parents. So I wake up the door. He tells me, "No, everything's okay, except we have kids out here. They say they live here. We caught them breaking in a car." And I thought, I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's my son-in-law's brother Will, who was home on leave, came and got something out of the car because all his stuff was in the car. And so I go out there and I look at these kids and I'm like, and I have a lot of Diamond's friends, kids that call me mom. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's one of them. So, so I go out there and I didn't know any of these kids, none of these kids. So I get my daughter up and I'm like, "Do you know these kids?" Because he says because how the officer said it is, "We have your son." And the first thing that popped in my head was my foster son, Tim. And I thought, what did that little shit do now? Okay. And then I hear my other son coming up the hallway. So I knew it wasn't my 11-year-old, 12-year-old's kid because I knew it wasn't Xavier. So I thought, oh man, Timothy. It's the first thing that popped in my head because Tim was not a troubled kid, but not a troubled kid. Okay, he didn't get in like breaking and entering. He was just troubled. So I get out there and I'm like, these kids, I don't know these kids. Long story short, they wanted to know if anything was taken out of my son-in-law's car. I said, I don't know. This isn't my car. It's my son-in-law's parents' car. Could you call them? I called. They wake up and they wanted me to call my husband or my son-in-law home from work. I'm like, they're done at 5:30. I am not I said, "Are they gonna pay for the loss of time?" I said, "Because that means my husband's gonna lose his hours to bring my son-in-law home." They ride together. So an officer sat there and we were chit-chatting, him and I, until Sam and Scott got home. Because Sam's like, and they made the parents come and pick up the kids on this road. And I tell you, parents, the one mother goes, "This cannot be happening. This is not my child. He would never do this." I'm thinking he was caught red-handed, woman. I really wanted to. And I had one dad say, I heard the one dad say, "What did I tell you if you got in trouble one more time?" And the thing is, the funny is, I asked the officer, I said, "Where do these kids live?" We have two sides of town. We have the west side and the east side. These were all east side kids on the west side. And mom goes, "I don't know how did he get here? How did he do this?" And I'm thinking they drove or they walked across the bridge because there's a river between. But she had the attitude, "Not my child. It must be these kids," and he just happened to meet them. And I'm thinking, but I was, I'm just like shaking my head. So I said to my son Xavier after the parents came and got these kids and they left and the officer stood around until my husband and my son-in-law got home. I said to my son, I said, "Xavier," and he's like, "What?" I said, "If you ever do this shit, yeah," I said, "please just tell him to take your ass to juvenile hall." I said, "Because if I get woke up and I have to go pick you up at a police station or pick you up on a curb somewhere," I said, "by the time you get home and we get home, oh, you're gonna wish you were left in juvenile hall." And the officer goes, "Do you know how many times I wish parents would have that attitude?" I said, "I don't have to beat my child, but there are punishments. You don't," I said, Xavier goes, "Oh yeah, I'll tell the officer. Just keep me home. Just take me to juvenile hall. Just keep me in jail. It's safer." And the officer starts laughing. He goes, "Well, just like a perfect example is my son was fascinated with fire. He almost set my house on fire twice. First time I bitched him out. Second time I caught him, I took him to the fire station. And I got him in fire safety school. And we did it as a family because Diamond says, 'Oh my God, Mom, I couldn't believe when you did that. We ended up having to go as a family.' And, well, boys are boys. My cousin's child was the same thing, just crazy about fire. So I was telling my cousin Dawn, yeah, I didn't know what to do. I did not know what to do. So I thought, I'm going to the fire station. I rang the doorbell. The fire guy comes on and goes, "Yeah, I can help you." I'm like, "You need to talk to this child." And he goes, "Okay, mama." That's how he answered me. He knew his mom, and he knew I wasn't happy. I said, "This is the second or third time," I said, "I caught this little shit," I said, "playing with fire. He's gonna burn down a house or he's gonna hurt himself," because statistic-wise, I knew statistics-wise, um, if a kid starts a fire and it gets out of control, they hide, they die in that fire. 90% of fire starters, especially kids under an age, die in their own fire because they hide, because they panic. And so he goes, "Come on in." And there was a whole they were and here they're eating dinner. They were eating their dinner. I remember their table was laid open. "Come and join us," he says. "Sit with us. What's your kid?" And he asked our name. And the next thing we knew, we were in fire safety course. And I learned all these techniques. Like, I'm a smoker, not to leave your lighters laying out. So me and Scott started hanging on to our lighters. Lighters. Don't ask them to go put a piece of wood in a fire pit or let them mess with a stick in a fire pit. It was all these different things. You got to take him out of the equation. Um, if he cooks, there's different things. So we did this with my son. I was telling my cousin to do this with her son. Put him in fire safety school. Don't let him start the fire pit when you're camping. Don't let him poke in because it's an attraction, basically. It's not about start it. He goes, there's two dynamics. People that like to start it or people that like to watch it burn. There's a big difference. I learned that. I never looked at it that way. They wouldn't listen to me. Nope. "Oh, he's fine. Vincent's fine. Da 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 da." Guess what? He burned down a school. He's an arsonist. And I remember saying to my mom, going, "Maybe they should have listened to me when he was 10 years old." Because they were going through the same thing of the little firebug, but he had never had consequences. It was best to ignore, ignore, ignore. Well, guess what? 19 years old, went and started the school across the road from him. And funny thing part is I think, no, he was 17, 16, 17, 16. Yep. I remember 16 years old, and I'm thinking, I said to my mom, I'm a bad person. I said to my mom, "He burnt down a school he never even went to. I'd have burnt down the school I at least went to, so I was out of school." But yeah, he burnt down a Catholic church school. I shouldn't say down. He didn't burn it down. They had to gut it totally out and redo it. But I'm thinking, why would you burn down a school you never even went to? And then it was the second time they had a fire, and it came back to the first fire was in the church part of itself. The church part itself, there was a minor fire, and they could never figure out who did it. To find out it was him. Yeah. But yeah, I said maybe instead of having a know-it-all, not my attitude, I remember saying, "You don't listen to me." I said, "Then don't listen to me. Go listen to a professional." But yeah, he ended up in prison. Now he's going back to prison because he's no consequences. My son, the first time he messed up, he told me he saw God. I remember he's like, "Mom," he says, he saw the devil and then he saw God because my son, I was so mad, Jersey. My mom just passed away and I had all her stuff boxed up downstairs. I wasn't to the point where I could open the stuff yet. And he came upstairs and he had this weird look on his face. And me and my granddaughter were coloring. And we were getting dinner ready. And I said to Leah, "Can you run?" And I had a table downstairs. I just started crafting. And you know how our basement, where in our house had that basement smell. We had to run a humidifier in Wisconsin. If your basements are not done right, you have this odor. and we had to run a humidifier. Leah, she's 7 years old, 7 years old. She runs the coloring books down and the colors, and she says, the basement smells funny. And I said, Leah, the basement always smells funny. She goes, no, but it smells different this time. And I'm like, what? So I walked downstairs and you could smell the smoke in my basement. And I didn't know what was going on because the fire alarms, the thing is, so I look up and I knew someone was up because when I looked up, the fire alarms were off and the batteries were taken out and put off to the side. So I knew. So Diamond's buddies are all searching before I'm like, where are these fire alarms? Before I notice the fire alarms, thinking something's down in the basement smoking. Is it wiring or what? So Joey, a buddy of Diamond's, goes outside to look on the outside of the house before I'm going to dial 911. As he goes outside, I noticed the fire alarms were all taken down and the batteries taken out. My mom had this popcorn tins that she packed stuff in, and I was slowly going through stuff, and there was this popcorn tin that was full of newspaper. My son decided to start it on fire, and he got up, ran it up the back stairs, threw it out the back door. Oh, I was so mad. Sam saw the side of me he told me because I just lost it that day. I admit I lost it. But Xavier said he saw he he said he saw the devil in me. I scared him. He's never never did it again. And that's when I kind of realized, I think it was when we went back to fire safety school in his counselor, I was going through a lot, losing my mom, that they think he did this to get my attention because I wasn't in my right state of mind at the time. I was not. I was a basket case after my mom died. And this was his way. Oh yeah, he learned. And then this is my point. So after it's found, he hides. And this is my point. Most fire starter kids who start fires in their home hide, and their parents are looking for them, and they die in a fire because the parents can't find them. They worry about getting the kids out. And then one that starts it hides. He hid, and I found him in a closet with my vacuum cleaner, hiding behind my vacuum cleaner. So if a fire would have started, I would have probably died looking for my child who's hidden. But when Tony got there, because I called Tony, the fire teacher, he came to the house. Because, and between the counselor and myself and Xavier, he was going through his loss of my mom too. When you're not in the right mind after you lose somebody, you think you're thinking of your kids, and I wasn't. Yep. We went to family counseling. Second time I went on medication in my life is after I lost my mom. Because I only had one parent that cares about me. So when I lost that one parent, I was mad at the world. I was mad at the Lord. And you couldn't tell me anything different at the time. My daughter will tell you the story that I'm at the hospital, outside, screaming in the parking lot, yelling at the good Lord above because I wanted to know why in the hell he took the one parent that cared and couldn't take the one parent that has nothing to do with me. What did I ever do to you to deserve this punishment? Tim says, Mom, you were just screaming. And I don't remember that. Don't remember that at all. She goes, that a nurse walked up to you and talked you down and hugged you. I'm like, what? I don't remember any of that. She goes, yep, some random nurse. You were just screaming. We were all standing there and you were just losing it. and a nurse asked if something was wrong, and she goes, I don't even know who answered her, that she grabbed your arms, and you stared at her, and you had tears coming down your eyes, and she wrapped her arms around you, and she just hugged you, and you just kinda came down. And I was like, "Wow, I don't remember that to this." I still don't have that memory. It's a tell memory. If Diamond would have told me and I never remember it, I would have never known. I don't remember it. That whole day, there's only one thing that sticks out to me, calling my brother and smoking a cigarette, and a lady asked me for a cigarette, and I'm like, "Get your own goddamn cigarettes." Oh, and the doctor. This doctor talking to me, and he sounded like the not that he sounded like the Charlie Brown teacher, but at the moment as he's talking to me, that's what he sounded like to me, and I was staring at his smocks or his nurse, and his, whatever, grubs, and it had SpongeBob on. But I didn't know he was my mom's doctor that saw her, and he recognized that everything he was saying to me, I wouldn't remember, because he told my brother Jamie, who he thought was my husband, that he wanted to see me in the he handed it my brother Jamie. He thought I was like my brother was my husband. My husband had to go do something real quick because we were watching friends of ours dogs. So Grace happened to call. Scott answered my phone and told Grace what was going on, so she found somebody to watch her dogs and somebody else to come and get the keys, and then Scott was meeting up with them. That the doctor said, "I wanna speak to her in a few weeks when she's back on the planet." And when I walked in a few weeks, about 6 weeks, 7 weeks after my mom passed away, to talk to this doctor at this hospital, the only thing I'm like, "Well, you were the doctor?" I said. He goes, "Yeah." I recognized him, but I didn't remember anything he said to me that day. I just remembered, I'm like, "You were wearing SpongeBob." He goes, "That's all you remember?" I'm like, "Yeah, because I was staring at your SpongeBob thinking, oh, them are kinda cool. I want pajamas like them." But other than that, nothing. Because my mom died of a massive heart attack, and knowing my brother died in my family history of heart condition, he wanted to make sure I got checked out because my brother died behind the wheel having a massive heart attack when he was 38 years old. And then, lo and behold, my mother did too. But she went out doing what she wanted to do. My mom was garage selling when she had her heart attack, so I laugh about it now because my mother told me once, "Well, if I die, I want to die the way not wearing a diaper. I came in the world, happened to wear one. I ain't going out of the world wearing one. I hope I die doing what I love." She was out garage sailing, so she couldn't get any better than that. Because this is a woman that would be at my door at 5 o'clock in the morning. Get up, get up. Not the worst thing I did, but one of the things I did is my mom always had a key to my house. I'd wake up to my mom, shake my foot, come on. And see, I was the kind of kid that once I fell asleep, I was out like a light and I couldn't get up. And my grandpa and my mom would threaten, "I'm gonna get that glass of water," a half a dozen times to get me up. So even as an adult, because I'm up and then I sleep. I mean, I'm up, and then all of a sudden when I crash, I just crash. And I can remember my mom and my grandfather, "We're gonna get that glass of water, Bugs, if you don't get up." Rah, 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 you know. She'd say the same thing to me as an adult when she'd show up and start shaking my foot, and I'd roll over, and I'd be like, "What are you doing here?" "It's Saturday. We gotta go garage selling." And I'd be like, "What time is it?" She's like, 5:30. And I just went to bed at 3:30. I'm like, "Why are you here so early?" "Gotta go get breakfast first." So that's how I spent my Saturdays, every Saturday during the summer. And I'd be like, "Okay, okay, mom, okay." And then she'd come back about 10 minutes later, she'd have the kids up already. "Tina Louise, I'm gonna get that glass of water." And I'd be like, up. "Yeah, okay, I'm up." As soon as I heard her say, "Tina Louise, I'm gonna get that glass of water." Because that did happen. I never believed they did actually douse me with water to get me out of bed one time just to prove the point. But I dreamed that. I just Scott Scott said something funny. I jumped out of bed one day going, he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Where's the" and I felt myself, and he's like, "What?" He goes, thinking, "What the hell's wrong with me?" I'm like, "I just dreamt I said that my mom poured water on me to get me out of bed." He goes, "Nope, she's not here." See, I have night tremors or night this I ended up on medication because I woke up. We do live in history, and Scott sleeps through it, okay? My husband's such a sound sleeper, a tornado could go past that man, okay? We're at an encampment, and 3, 4 people wake up hearing me hear a woman screaming, okay? That they walk the encampment. They go wake up the one our friend Mihai, who's the bourgeois. They start walking encampment, and they realize it's me in Scott's tent, and I am screaming in my sleep. And when Mihai opens the tent, he don't care. He walking in. He's ready to kick, thinking Scott's beating the hell out of me or something. And he's got the flashlight. And here, Scott's sound asleep next to me, and I am just night terrors. That they woke up Scott. Scott's like, "Oh my God, she's having another one," and starts rubbing my back and my hair, and then I'd come out of him after my mom died. And that's Scott's like, "We need to get you help." I woke up a whole campment. I was so embarrassed the next day, but everybody was so cool about it. Because when Scott told me, I'm like, "Oh my God," I went and apologized to everybody, and they're like, "Tina, don't worry about it. You're going. Your body's." A friend of mine and Mihai's wife, she's a drug and alcohol counselor. She's the one that said, "Tina, your body's trying to tell you something." Yeah, I've had them since I was a kid too. Yeah, and you don't realize you're having them. At least I don't. And then Scott tells me I only have them when if there's something going on in my life, they get more frequent. And at that time, I was dealing with the loss of my mom. They're scary. And I said, "Scott, I wake up fine." I said, "I wake up like I'm fine, but I scared people around me because I've scared my kids." Allie has them because she freaks me out. Allie's a sleepwalker, and she'll just stare at you like my granddaughter. She's a sleepwalker, and that one night, she scared the living hell out of me, Jersey. She had to be 7 years old, and you got that feeling like somebody's watching you, and I'm sleeping, and I go to roll over, and there's my granddaughter staring at me, dead. I went like this in front of her. Her eyes didn't blink. And I woke up Scott, and I said, "Scott," because I couldn't get out of bed. She was on my side. I could not get around her, so I had to wake up Scott, and we don't know how long she was there. So Scott kinda walked her back, and we put her where she was sleeping, and I said to my and of course, Scott and I are up. I said to Scott, "I wonder how long she was there standing there." Yeah, she looked like that kitty out of the spooky ass movie ready to with a knife, She scared the shit right out of me. Yeah, I came that close, but then I did that startled but not loud startle, that and then I realized it was Allie, and Diamond said that they still find her like that. Diamond find Allie like that once in a while to this day. Yep. So they have locks to the kids because Coda's a sleepwalker. They watched him walk out the door, so they have locks that the kids can't reach. And if it's an emergency habit, all you do is have to really grab it and it'll break. But so that and instead of they have it like a little alarm on it, so that if kids do get out, the door alarms go off. But God, that yeah, she freaked me out. She looked like a zombie. I was telling Diamond, The next day, I'm like, "Oh my god, Allie scared the shit out of me," and Diamond goes, "What'd she do?" And I told her, and Diamond's like, "Oh my god, I know, it's freaky." 'Cause she shows up in Diamond and Sam's room and does the same thing, just stands there. Sam was up playing video games today. He watched her and I was walking in the wall. I remember that was like 8, yeah. Sam watched her. She stayed at the edge of the bed, just staring, just not doing nothing for 20 minutes before he walked her back. Yep. Not moving, nothing. It's like she possessed. I told Diamond, I said, "You need to sweetgrass her." I'm surprised she's not up, because I have Alley Cat today. We're gonna go talk Papa into taking us to IHOP. He don't know that yet. We're gonna do the please, Papa, we want pancakes, Papa. But time changes. My kid isn't up yet. I don't know how late Allie was up with Scott because I was so tired that at 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm like, I can't. I was doing it head bobbing. I'm a 4-hour sleeper, I swear to God. Sure, I went to bed at probably 10:30, 11 o'clock. I was asleep, and by 3:30, I was up. And then this afternoon, I wanna take a nap. Oh, but I'm gonna try to push it out so I can get on the kids' time. You figure I have a month to today, pretty much a month from today. I'll have the grandkids for a week, so I wanna try to get in, their time zone sleeping, so I ain't doing this with them. And, of course, my husband goes on the nights this week, so I'm screwed either way. I don't sleep well when Scott's not home. So, well, if you think I'd be used to it, but I never was. Scott always, pretty much, Scott, 90% of our marriage worked overnight shifts until about, I think my son was a freshman in high school. Then he got 5:30 in the morning till 5:30 at night, instead of 5:30 at night till 5:30 in the morning. Well, now he's 2 weeks nights, 2 weeks days now with his newer job. But I never slept because I always had to fear something happened to my kids when my husband was gone. So I'd stay up and then I'd get them off to school and then I'd go to bed. I was that type of parent. And I don't know where it stems from. But I always worked nights, so I'm a prone nighter. I'm a night owl. I mean, I was a bartender 90% when I worked before I had, well, even after I had Diamond. I always bartended, so I always did that 7 to 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning shift, you know. If I wasn't bartending, I was waitressing somewhere. They were always bar hours, you know. So I was prone to that. But I always thought, this is the type of parent I was. When my kids were born, my kids weren't in the nursery. They were in a room with me. Because my kids weren't gonna get stolen. They take them to the nursery to check them, and then I'm like, "Bring them back right away." And the lady's like, "Don't you wanna rest?" I'm like, "I can rest at home. Bring me my baby." "Wait, 9 months, you want me to take it away?" Yep. I mean, I do my housework at night. I do my laundry at night. I do everything a normal person probably does during the day, but I do it at night. Only thing I don't do is vacuum at night because I'm respectful to my neighbors. Which sometimes I want to vacuum at night because they're not respectful to me. But and I'll get tired probably today about 11 o'clock. But I got Allie, so I'll fight it. But I've always been at night. My grandpa used to say if they had night school, I'd have been a straight A student. I remember him telling me that. I think this one's losing ink out. Another one. Another one that might be biting the dust here shortly. Not too much ink's coming out of it. I do get my money's worth out of my markers, though, I'll tell you. So, Jersey, did you get it lucky at Michael's the other day? You said you were going. I meant to ask you that the other day. How'd your shopping trip go? It's a hey. I'll talk to you later, Steph. Thanks for coming in. Paste. Cool. Alrighty, I think I'm good here. Alright, I'm gonna cut them out. Okay. I'm just gonna get as close to the edge as possible. I go around it with black anyway, so it don't matter. There's a little edge showing. So I don't know what I'm going to do for Mixed Media Monday, guys. Any suggestions? I don't know. don't know. I have to think of something. Oh, I got those little pizza boxes. Maybe we'll do something in those little boxes. I don't know. You dressed? Hello. Sorry about that. I muted for a second. House is waking up now. Husband's up, but I have a feeling not long the granddaughter will be up. A little closer to that one there. Baby.
Huh?
Alright. I'm not even awake yet. You want to discuss breakfast? In his emoji pajama pants. Like, I need coffee. I need coffee. I'm not waking up. I need my coffee. Coffee first, then we'll talk. Boom. Spring has sprung in Wisconsin. It has been nice out. A little chilly, but not bad. The other day I thought we were back going backwards because it felt like fall instead of spring. Not a snow in sight. It was the first time I left the house in 2 weeks, It was Friday. And I laugh. I say to Scott, oh, this is what Green Bay looks like. There's no more snowbanks. He goes, when's the last time? I'm like, 3 weeks ago? 14th? He goes, what? I said, the last time I was out of the house was the Friday before Valentine's Day. He goes, seriously? I'm like, yeah. He goes, you sure? I said, okay, maybe one day. I think it was like a Wednesday I went to St. Vincent de Paul in between there. But other than that, I've been home. Because I don't drive. So if the kids can't take me and Scott's working, I don't bother Scott to ask me to take me somewhere when he's works. I have to be in dire straits. Can you see me asking my husband, hey, can you run me to Dollar Tree when he just gets off work and it's 12-hour shift, gets home at 7 o'clock? Can you run me to Dollar Tree before they close? He'll give me this husband look, so I know. Now the day's off, he'll be like, yep, that's fine. Like Friday, I'm like, can you take me to Dollar Tree and Hobby Lobby? Sure. Time they open, I'm like, I think 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. He's like, okay. So I went out, asked him. He's like, yep, give me 20 minutes. It's a rarity I ask him to take me anywhere when he works. 'Cause even when he works nights, I don't. Ooh, so even. I just don't. Man works hard. I'm not gonna bother him. I mean, I've asked him to stop. Like he'll stop maybe at a grocery store on his way home for me, but he's even actually during the pandemic he would swing in a Dollar Tree for me. But usually, because I had bronchitis last year. Literally, I went to the doctor on the 12th of March. I got told I had bronchitis. And then all of a sudden, I got this notification call to call my doctor's office and told me not to leave the house for 14 to 20 days because of COVID. So I remember asking, I want to go. Scott was running a grocery store. I'm like, I'm going with you. He's like, you can't. I'm like, I'll sit in the truck. I just got to get out of the walls. I felt like that dog stuck in the car. So when he came back from doing shopping, I was in a, he opens the door to put groceries in the truck. And I went like this with my hands and I went, it's like, oh, it's my sense of humor. He's like, oh my God. Did you buy me a treat? Did you give me a treat? Did you? Was that good? Okay. All right. My book healed. I will be right back. I gotta go potty. Okay. All right, I'm back. Okay. So I'm gonna run the line right there. Kind of blends in, kind of, but by the time I'm done, it won't. I promise. Actually, do I want it coming down? We're gonna do it coming down instead of going up. So I'm gonna have it coming down. And I'm okay with it going over the frame a little bit because it's a vine. Grab this other one. God bless you. We're communicating from room to room. Okay. And I'm gonna want this one. Hook that back up a little bit. We're just gonna put that one. I'll come in like so. And I'm just gonna snip one off here. so, like so, like a so. And pick this up, and I'm gonna go like that. Looks cool. Let's bring it down a little bit. There we go. Press it down. Come on. Bring it up. Drop that. Just a smidgen under there. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm just going to have a little one coming down. I don't want it to go all the way down. So, I'm just going to have that right there. I might put both. Let's see. Because I got my made. This I don't look too bad. Just won't go all the way down. That's fine. I will use it. We'll put this one on first. The long one on first. Bring it up. I'm kind of just letting the paper choose what direction it wants to go. Except only here, I don't want to cover the bird wing. So I'm going to move it just a little bit. But not too much. And then I don't want this one to totally glue down yet. Because I'm going to stick that one right there. That looks cool. And I'm going to press. Press and press and press it down. Press and press and press it down. Morning. How are you, Vanessa? How you doing? Not too many people in here this morning. I've had them. I've had in and outs. A lot of them went to bed. Anybody else on? No, not too many. It's Sunday though. It's all right. It's okay. It's all good. Oh, I'm all good. Thank you. Can't wait to see that. Well, this is the cool thing. This is more than one day project I'm working on right now. So you got the frame right on this side. And then you'll see it through this one too. But this, I haven't decorated this one yet. And then I started coloring this image. This one's going to go over here. And you'll see this one on this side once I get her colored. And then you get a different look. Thanks. I tried my best to do the outline. I didn't think I did too bad. Did you see this one? This has the tags in here that come out. Tags here. Yeah. So I have a decorated page here. And then I have a little in here. And what I did is, this is 3 pages. I cut a page in half to make pockets. And then I took half of that and made this pocket. So these tags I made. And they get stuck here. And then here. And then, I got them decorated on the back, but lightly. So you can, This is my art journal. I probably will not actually write on the back of them, but just, you never know. And then you got this tag that pops out. And that goes right there. And you got this one. And I just tuck them in here. Got that one. And then I got an image down here in the corner. So if the tags are out, this is what it looks like with them out. Looks like that. Tuck them back in. And they don't go in any certain order. I just kind of... And there's legit pockets in here for each tag so they don't slide around. I put double-sided tape in spots. That's that layout. And then I have this one that just has the hidden pocket where you stick that in. And this is my mask girl. There's that one. Well, some of this was thinking outside the box, and some I learned from the Diane Riley delusion class I took. This is her. This one with the tag like this, I learned that in my class. And then this one, let me put the book down. Can you see the whole book? Okay. I'm trying to get you to see the whole book, kind of. There we go. Best as possible. What is that? Okay. Yeah. Then you have this one, this layout. And then you have this side, and this is about seeing the colors through the squares. So this is a stencil I had, and I just cut X-Acto all these squares out, and then I did black and white, and it was about seeing the colors through it. I think it looks cool. But when you open it, you get this side here, you can see the colors through it too. But then on this, you see this on it. It looks so cool. And then you just do a design. And then the tag one, or this page. And then I have this one. This is sprays, and I'm going to come back to it. And then I just was putzing today when Allie, the granddaughter, was here, and I did this one. Which turned out better than I thought it was going to be. And now I'm working on this one. Hello, Sabrina. And I skipped a few pages because I got this already sprayed. I always like letting these dry for a few days because I use my paint markers. And the one thing you don't want to do with Dylusions, or actually any paint, is acrylic paint markers. You ruin the tape. You ruin the tips of them if you don't let your stuff dry. So I always have pages ahead. And this bunch back here, I did these like 4 days ago so that I could work on them. Because I had it in my head. And I always, when I'm done using a color, we'll see, I got green started there. This one started there. That one I can build on. There's one that's just my lightly sponges. There's these. And then up front, I have this I did. And I have that one. Some leftovers from working on, I think it was this. No, I don't remember. Oh, I think it was this. Yeah. This one I did first. And then I went back and used the rest, what was sponge in my paint. I make sure I get pretty much every ounce of paint out of those little sponges. So I'll come here, or I'll move throughout the book, like back here. That's a sponge out of my book. So this one, I got a page done I can work on. And this back here, you can see how it's getting lighter. That's because the sponge is finally getting all the paint out. So I never waste it. Constantly doing it. So my paint pens are almost out. I'm not getting much ink out of them at all. Yeah. See that sound compared to this one? This one's got a little bit of ink left, but I got to get it work. This one is dead. Did you hear that? Okay. Dead one. Semi-full. But the tip is, once in a while, I'll show you a trick. Take a baby wipe. Okay. And clean the tip. Because you can pick something up on the tip and it won't. And sometimes taking it out helps us too. And just cleaning it and then putting it back in. And then redoing it. And it's amazing. It just works. Little tricks I learned. All these little tricks. But there ain't much left in this one either. Let's get into the end. Because it's glue. It's once in a while it's the glue I pick up and I mess up my tips all the time. All the time. Oh, come on. Oh, I think. Oh, I got stuff all over my desk as usual. Where's the last black one? Let's try this one. Oh. Okay, let me see. There we go. That's a little bit better. I got new ones coming in the mail from Arteza. I found 12 of them for, I think, $12. So I can always go back. But, oh, I do got Poscas. I could grab them out. I think I got a few of them left too. This was working fine. So I have the granddaughter overnight. She's still sleeping. She's still sleeping. I know. I would love that. I just realized I gotta finish her. Oh, once it's this done. Okay. Now it stands out. Just that little black. But I forgot. And that in her eyes. Okay. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna put this to the side because I ain't quite done. I'm gonna snip this out. Oh, itchy spot. I think they would make more money. Plus, that would make more sense than having to buy a whole set all over again. True. True, true, true. What do you think about others adding shouts in their videos for those that leave comments? I think that's cool that you do that. I watch your videos. Vanessa. This was the one I just watched not too long ago. I may not be leaving comments, but I watch them. Because, oh man, I can't think. I just literally watched one of your videos. I try to at least get to everybody that comes into my life. I try to go over and watch at least one a week. Sometimes if I can. The dominoes from Teresa. And I watched your D-stashes. Didn't you have some D-stashes? Yeah, your D-stashes. Yeah. Oh, see, I didn't see your question about shutouts. Or I would have answered that. See, I would have noticed that. I'm going to answer that real quick. Welcome to my channel. I have a question for y'all. What do you think about me giving you a shout out in my videos? Shoutouts will come from the comment section from the previous video. I think it's cool. I think it's cool. I'll put that in there so you see it. I think it's a cool idea. Oh. There you go. Yeah. The thing is this when I'm watching videos like this, when I'm watching people's videos, I'm also crafting and there's be stuff and I might have stuff on my hands so I can't actually comment. You know, I try to go in and give it a thumbs up at least. And or I'm on this damn thing, my phone, and I don't I bring this to bed with me, and I'll watch videos. I hate typing on that thing because I got such fat fingers. But yeah, I would check it out, your D-stashes. Sorry, there wasn't anything I could think of I needed. I was looking at your jewelry. I think it was your jewelry one, but I'm looking for chains, broken like necklaces. I mean, if you just could do a broken necklaces chain, you know what I'm talking. I don't need the other stuff. That's what I'm looking for. You let me know. I'm looking for like necklaces. I know, but I don't need all the other stuff that goes with it. I just want chain. If you can send me a picture, maybe a better picture, I'll let you know. Yep. Because I have my sale this weekend, so I'll have extra money. I have a sale to buy stuff. Yeah, so. Well, I'll put to somebody on, and hi Candy. I'm one finger in it, with my mouse. I mean, look at my poor mouse, guys. I just cleaned it. Look at this poor mouse. It is mixed media. Definitely a mixed media mouse. So I'm over here moving my mouse with paint on my hand, going to somebody's channel, one finger in it half the time. I'm bad. It's bad. You should have saw, because a couple months ago, you guys heard about my whole mess up with my laptop, where I had a cup of water that one of the kids had in here, and got up to go take it because they're not supposed to have liquids in here. And a cat startled me, and the water went flying. Hi, Nettie. And I got my keyboard, and I hurried up and tried to dry it. And then I took my heat gun over it a little bit. I melted a couple keys because I got too hot. I did something to my keyboard, thinking my laptop was going to hell. I was going to buy a new laptop. Remember, I've been talking about that? Guess what? Diamond's buddy, Alex, was actually in school, going to school for computer technology. He wants to be a computer tech. He wants to be that idiot. I laughed so hard. He had me laughing so hard. He says, I want to be that idiot on the phone that when I get the calls from the idiots that don't know how to fix their computer, that this idiot talks them through it. That's his logic. I laughed so hard how he said that. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, Alex. He goes, well, think about it. He says the thing is computering is like nursing and doctor care. You always have to go back to school for it. And he goes, you feel like when you call, and I've been there, he says, that's why he says, you feel like an idiot. They make you feel like, he says, be honest. You call those numbers, so you feel like an idiot. So it's one idiot talking to another idiot telling you how to fix your computer or do this and that. And he goes, and they've been training on this. He said, you're the perfect candidate. I should have you do it. What? Where are you talking about? Huh? I call the granddaughter for my Apple phone. For the first year, I don't know how many times I had to call Cecilia, my 16-year-old granddaughter, to figure out my phone. So he's here with Diamond and Sam last night, and he walks in my craft room, and he's like, "What the hell is going on here?" Because I have two keyboards. I'm like, "Oh, I messed up my keyboard. I'm thinking about buying a new laptop," and I was showing him. He's like, "What's wrong with this one?" I go, "The keyboard's it gets stuck on, like, H7." He goes so he unplugs everything I had into it, my camera, my extra keyboard, he puts it down here so he can and he's had to use he used the keyboard that you can tap on the screen because I have a screen, my touch screen, so he's using that touchscreen one. He's using the mouse on this laptop because I can't handle the mouse on the laptop. I have to have this mouse. I'm old school. I can't use that new one where you use your fingertip. I can't do it. I watch my granddaughter do it. I watch my daughter do it. I can't do it. So, back to the story. My graphics card is fine. Everything's fine in my laptop. He doesn't think I need to replace it. So we ordered me a new keyboard. I didn't know you could I got told by Hewlett Packard when I called, they told me it was that, "Oh, you need to replace the whole thing." He goes, "There's nothing wrong with yours." So, we ordered me a new keyboard. It'll be here in April. He goes, "Why buy a new one if there's nothing wrong with the old one?" 25 bucks. So in April, when it comes in, he's gonna come over, he's gonna take this part, put my new keyboard in, make sure because he goes, "We will make sure it works, and if it's still funky, then he says he'll know for sure. Because when he pulled it I mean, he had this laptop and different screens, I don't know where in the hell he was going with it, but he's like, he couldn't find anything that was totally wrong except for me messing up the keyboard. For what I'm doing, he goes, "Your memory's good in this. There's not" So, but he says to me, "After we get the new keyboard in here," he goes, "Yeah, and we know that it works proper," he goes, "Yeah, you are gonna go back to Amazon," and I'm like, "Yeah," and he goes, "You're gonna buy a keyboard cover." I'm like, "Oh, they have those?" He goes, "Yeah, it's like a condom for a keyboard, and then we're gonna buy you a screen cover as well, which I can put over my screen, because you should see my keyboard. It's got little you could see where paint splatter on it. So he says, "Then you could take the keyboard condom," as he called it off, "and go wash that, dry it real good, and put it back on." And they got a screen cover because I can put on for the same effect. Because I hate this touch screen. Because when I go to wash it, it's I don't know what I'm doing, but I have to shut it down so I don't screw up any windows. So, but we're gonna order that after we get the new keyboard in, just in case the keyboard, you can't, whatever. I don't know, but I laughed so hard. It's crazy. So, yeah, the cat did me in. He said what I should have did is just laid a paper toweling and top of my keyboard and let the paper toweling suck it up, and I did it. I took my heat gun to it, but I got it too close. I probably fried it. And he says this, but he was laughing. He was laughing at me. I told him that quit picking on an old lady. So it's ordered. And then once that comes in, freeze screen. Oh my god. That's like Bima told me, split your or show your screen something. I don't understand that either. Where where she could be on with me and see what's on what I'm looking at. I haven't figured that one out yet. We're gonna figure that out afterwards. Just like editing, I can't figure out editing. Bima's gonna because I was gonna wait till I got the um new laptop to learn editing. Well, I'm gonna wait till I get the new keyboard. But either way, I'm gonna learn editing so I can like take a picture of what I made and say, here's what it looks like when it's done and have that in there or insert that in there or not have to redo a video because I had to pause or stop because I found out from Alec there is a pause on my camera. I have to re-download my camera. He says there should be a pause in my setting. And that's only if I'm recording a video. I can pause it. Well, But I think I might get another laptop just to have 2 anyways, because I wouldn't mind to have one set up and have it set up where you see me like this, and then have the other one set up where you can see my face if I'm talking to you. Yeah, moving up in the world a little bit maybe, but we will see. Hey, but if I don't need a new laptop, why get a new laptop if nothing's wrong? For what I do videos. I download some paper. I'll add well, the other day, what was it? I had to do the video 3 damn times because I kept getting interrupted. Oh, the marker video. First, my camera quit working, and then it went, and then I got that back working, and then Diamond called me. She's like, "Mom, did you preview your video?" And I'm a bad habit of just loading a video and not watching it. And that particular day, I did that review on the markers, and I just loaded it. She's like, "It's terrible." Here, my focus. I turned my focus off on my camera. It was on, so it was constantly trying to focus. If I moved, so I redid the whole video. I took it down, redid it all. I like having my videos just the way I am. But it would be cool to be able to add the picture in, you know, something I bought, something I made, and I want to show you it finished, what it looks like. Or like if I want to do I've been getting asked, how do you do your backgrounds? I'm explaining, how I do these backgrounds. I'd love to be able to show you, okay, this is what we do. Back here, back here. Okay. And then do that. And then I'd have to pause the video or stop the video and then wait for it to dry and then do the next section and be able to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? And then do a page layout, but be able to stop, do the second, do the third, and then put it all together. That's what I want to learn. That's what I want to do. Learn that for the editing aspect of that. I don't remember if I did these, so I'm going to do it again. There we go. Throw it. But yeah. Okay. My daughter shared something to my timeline. I'll have to let me find it. It's so funny. I laughed. I could see me doing it because the joke with my grandkids is okay. It's just she found this and she tagged me and it says just delivered this is from somebody. Just delivered an order to two kids meal. It said to leave at my door. I took the picture and rang the bell, and as I was walking away, the woman opens the door and looks down and said, I didn't order anything. I gave her the name, and she said, damn it, picked up the food, and as she turns around, she yells, who called Grandma and said they were hungry? I just fed you all. Because my grandkids could literally be eating a Happy Meal that Sam bought for them on their way to my house, or stopped at McDonald's and ate, and then come to the house, and they're in the door 5 minutes, and they're telling me they're hungry. And I always tease Sam, don't you feed my grandkids? And he was taking it. I found out it was with Allie. Don't you feed this child, And I found out he told Diamond, he goes, your mom doesn't think we feed the kids. My mom, and Diamond's like, what? She looked at me. Don't you ever feed these kids? And Diamond calls me. She goes, why don't you think we're feeding the kids? And I'm like, why? She goes, because Sam said that you said, don't you feed these kids? I'm like, "I was joking because I know better." But they're like 5 minutes in my door and they're hungry, especially my grandson. I said, "I know you're feeding these kids, it's funny." And they're always gonna starve to death, you know, because 'Cause I'll watch them for a few hours, and they have snacks. They're constantly eating, I swear to God, but they're starving. Such a Dakota bear. And I'd be like, "You can wait, your mom will be picking you up. I'm not feeding you before dinner. You'll get Nana in trouble because that's." And, "Oh my god, the world's ending," "He's starving to death." So then they experience it on their end because then they get home and he's starving, and I'm gonna go, "Well, didn't Nana give you a snack?" "No," and they know better. "Oh, he'll be here for 3, 4 hours and I won't have to give him a snack." I'm that bad. But I remember my brother and I telling my grandparents that we didn't eat either, so we'd eat again at grandma's. I think it's a kid thing. See, I have to keep ramen noodles in my house. I buy them. I don't like them. Scott doesn't. It's a rarity you'll ever see me and Scott. We have to be like, "Oh, what do we want for dinner?" "I don't know. We want some ramen noodles." It's kinda that thing because both of us don't like them. I swear to God, we were raised on that shit. You can tell what you had to eat a lot when your parents are on a grocery budget, and ramen noodle is what you ate, or macaroni and cheese. So, we don't eat that much of ramen noodle and macaroni and cheese because that was a cheap meal for my mom especially. So, okay. Alright, thank you, Vanessa. So, we only have it in the house for the grandkids. None of them like it. The only out of the 4 grandkids, there's only one that likes it cooked, and that's Allie. The rest crush it up, put in Ziploc bags, smush it up, add the seasoning, and eat it like potato chips, which just grosses me out. Coda loves that. He's got his little plastic bag because I was going through Ziploc bags left and right, so now he has to put his Ziploc bag back in the cupboard so he grabs it for the next time. And I'm actually gonna I saw about this the other day. I said, "Man, I should buy like a Dollar Tree container for him, put his name on it with a blue cover and say, 'Here's your container for your ramen noodle.' Crush it up in there and you'll be good." But yeah, I think it's the grossest thing. Blah. Allie's a vegetarian, so we have to always have something in the house that's not meat. So usually when Allie's here, if I don't have anything, I buy her SpaghettiOs or Diamond brings her like when they go on vacation, Diamond's buying the groceries for them because I said, "Man, your kids have put me over my grocery budget having the kids for the week." So she's gonna buy groceries for their vacation so that I have the right food for Allie for 'em. Um, but with Allie, I do have stuff here. It's usually like she likes SpaghettiOs because they're the meatless one. Um And I always have her peanut butter. She likes peanut butter. So to get around that. Plus, usually Diamond brings the veggie chicken nuggets. Usually I have a bag of those that Diamond throws in my freezer just in case. She loves my chili. Allie loves my chili. So what I do for Allie is cook everything up, and before I add my hamburger to my chili, I'll take some out for her without the meat. So you know, I'm pretty good about adapting, I guess, you can say. But she gives herself so ma a free pass and to eat meat, and usually it's when I make my cream of mushroom pork chops. She loves them. But now, ooh, Diamond bought her pork chop I've tasted some of this food that my granddaughter eats. I couldn't tell you the difference. So now the last time I made the pork chops, I took the sauce and I did her little pork chop that literally looked like a regular pork chop. I made it look like a regular pork chop, and it was her veggie one, and she loved it. So Diamond's pretty good about bringing what Allie eats. She got this no meat thing from her godmother, which is very close to her godmother don't eat meat. So that's their way of connecting. So Diamond and Sam have accommodated her. And we did our best when she's here. We did each other's feet last night with lotion. I did her feet, she did my feet. And then her tablet died, so she has my tablet. Matter of fact, she didn't bring it back in here. So Allie likes going to bed with music, so she was borrowing my tablet last night to listen to music. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna talk Papa into going to IHOP. We're gonna go out for breakfast for a little while when she gets up. She's still sleeping. So I'm gonna hang some of these coming like this. Also, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how they look. I don't know if I like that idea. Maybe. Yeah, I'm not liking them. So I'll put them in a pile. I'll keep them. Whoa. What did I do? Okay. I'll keep them because I'll put them in this pocket. I can't eat dried noodles. I can't eat dried noodles either. I think there's most this. Ugh. I don't know. Kids are weird these days, so. Don't feel bad either, Vanessa. I couldn't either. I was like, blah. Just the whole thought of it makes me want to gag. Oh my. Okay. What color do I want these? Let me see. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Where's that extra little piece? Okay. Grab that. Stamp up one more now. Do you know what my truth? I never hear of doing that until my son went to college. I know it's yeah. My favorite snack as a kid and people was cornflake cereal. OBS. What's OBS? Oh, that's what it is, to show your face in the project. I was thinking that, but the thing is, then I'd have to put my teeth in. See, I have false teeth. And when I'm at home, I don't wear them. They hurt my mouth. So I was like, do I really want to learn how to do that? I thought it'd be good during a sale, you know? What other doing am I just in here doing what I'm doing now? I don't think you need to see me, but I thought during a sale it would be good. Yeah, I lost all my teeth after I popped out 3 teeth when I was in labor with my daughter. So they pulled them all. But I have my jaw's not lined up right. So I get really bad headaches. And you know, they were gonna think about breaking my jaw down, align my jaw. I don't think so. And maybe before they pulled my teeth, but the way they describe what they would have to do now, because I only got gum. Oh, hell to the no. Ain't happened. Nope. I'm 49 years old. I don't need that done. Maybe 20 years ago? Possibly. But it's hereditary because both my grandmothers and my mom and my aunts have had false teeth by the time they were 20. So it wasn't surprising. Now my daughter's going through it, but she's working really hard to save hers. She's like, "You can't say me that genetic." Yeah, you have a bone disease? My gums always bled. You will be under when they do it, and when you wake up, your jaw will be wired. Yeah, exactly, wired, yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, no, thank you." My jaw doesn't bother it doesn't really bother me. I've lived with it this long. That's what I told the doctor. She gets bad headaches. Yep, yep, that's and this was what's funny. I took my husband's dentist because I have a spot on my gum that it's got a bone buildup or whatever they call it, which I should get surgically have them do it because I get a sore spot on my bottom when I wear my dentures. So all they do is I had him readjust my yes, 44. Yep, I'm 49. So Scott's dentist, because I went to affordable. My mom paid for my dentures. Um, it's one of the last gifts. Matter of fact, she gave me. She paid what my insurance didn't cover. So because I went without my dentures for a lot of years. I had a pair and they broke, and I just we didn't have the money. So we went through affordable dentures, and what my insurance didn't cover, my mom paid so I could have a set of dentures. But I went and we were at Scott's dentist. 'Cause Scott got new dentures too, and um, his dentist was looking at mine, and he adjusted them for me, and he put his finger in my gum, and I have a spot that I should have surgically. And then what they would do is they would scrape that bone, and I'm like, "Ew," just and I'm like, you know what? I ain't worried about it. But he's the one that did the X-ray. He wanted to do a quick X-ray on me. He's the one all these years discovered I had my jaw was not in line. He says, "What dentist did never notice that?" I mean, you're talking 5 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that, or maybe longer than that. I think 10 years ago, maybe? I'd have to go look. But all my hi, Estrada. Hi, Stephanie. All those years of how many dentists I went to and fought to keep my teeth, never noticed my jaw was not aligned. That they could have discussed my jaw years ago. He's, mm, but so I'm like, I ain't worried about it. I'm hell. I told my dentist I'd rather have my boobs reduction than my jaw broke. And he looked at me and he goes, "Okay." If I could do some procedure on me, it'd be that. I was gonna do a different idea, but now I changed my mind. I know. Well, I found out I was allergic to the filling they put in teeth. They'd be drilling that out and replacing that left and right in my mouth, and I finally a year before I got married, I'm like, "You know what? I'm done coming to a dentist chair every couple weeks and having you do this to me. I'm done." And I was on Badger Care at the moment, assistance insurance through the state of Wisconsin, and I personally believed that they did it because I was not a patient, I was money. Because once I said, "Stop it, I'm pulling these teeth," they argued with me that I found a whole new dentist that accepted my insurance, and he's like, "You're allergic to that filling." It was just eating at me teeth, and they kept on taking it out and putting it back in. That he agreed, "Let's pull them." No question. I had 14 teeth pulled at one day, just one day. We did them. I did half, like, half my mouth. I said, "Split down the wind," you know, we pulled. Yeah. I took a pill before I left that morning, got there, and boom, they pulled my teeth, came home. And then 2 weeks later, I went and had the rest pulled. I couldn't afford to pull them all at once because I probably woulda got used to wearing my teeth if I had the insurance where they could pull them all and then you put the dentures in right away. They say that's the best way to do it. I didn't have that type. I had to do so every so months. But yeah, I told Scott the dentist would probably still be arguing about keeping my teeth. 'Cause think about it. They lose money if you get them pulled. Just like me and Scott, I said to Scott, "Why are we paying the girl, I went to dentist one day, I had about 9 teeth pulled. A few weeks later, they did the rest." Yeah, my dad flipped out when he found out how many I got done in one day. Yeah, hey, women give babies. We go through labor. A dentist is a little easy. But, I popped 2 out with this is how bad my teeth was. I was in labor with my daughter and lost 3 teeth. Popped 3 teeth out. That's how bad my teeth were. But, I forgot what I was gonna say. Shoot, I don't remember. Shoot, I don't remember. Oh, me and Scott pay dental. It don't make sense. But our dental and our glasses are one. Because I said to Scott, "Why are we paying dental insurance? We need dentures we save for a couple months. Why pay that out every month when we know we ain't ever gonna use it, you know?" Well, our eyes and dental are all at one. Because he's like, "Yeah, that doesn't make sense." So we went in to cancel our dental, only to discover it's eyes as well as dental. So we pay for something we're not using, technically. But then I said to Scott the other day, I said we were just discussing it. I said, maybe it's cheaper not to pay the dentist or the dental and just but then what if one of us needs an eye surgery? So you you can't win there because we go for one eye exam a year. But because I'm thinking, if we need an eye surgery, does that fall on our eyes, or does that become a medical issue? Nobody can answer me that. I know there's one dentist I went to told me it doesn't from my butt hole to put in dentures. See, me and Scott thought about getting the permanent ones that they put in. We were I told Diamond if it comes to her having to get dentures to get the permanent ones put in. Don't go like the ones that we have. I said it's safe for it. Put a socket in. Try to play someone else. You know. That's what I would personally, if I had to start over, that's the type. So if Diamond's teeth, if she has to have them, I mean, this is a child that had braces and now she's going through hell after she had kids. All that money. That I told her I would personally do that type. I would go with the permanent ones, not the Ones like me. The thing is you know where her teeth are going bad? They put that retainer, instead of wearing that, that plastic piece you put in a cup, they put one on the back side of her teeth, and that's where her teeth are going. Usual medical? Oh, that's what I was hoping. That's what I was thinking. Because if that's the case, then me and Scott should just get rid of it. I mean, what is an eye exam to go have an eye exam? But we pay it. Just to be safe. But that's where Diamond's teeth are going bad. Is right where they put this thing behind her one front teeth for a retainer. And that's where her teeth are going bad. I told him. Yeah, see, I'm screwed. I would never be able to get that. We have a family. Scott knows a guy that has those. He loves them. He said it was the best thing that he actually did was get them type. He said it doesn't even feel like he lost his teeth. But I look at it. I'm 49 years old. I'm married. I have a husband. We'll be married 24 years come August. If he didn't like the looks of me, it all left me a long time ago. I'm not out to impress anybody. Yes, this is what you see. This is what you get. If you don't like it, there's the door. Don't let it kick you in the butt on the way out. Or better yet, it might be me kicking you in the butt on the way out. That's my attitude. I told Scott once if we did get divorced, we'd probably still live together so I could still do his laundry. And he goes, he laughed at me and goes, probably. Because we're so connected. But we're good. I'm a lifer. He's a lifer. We tease each other constantly. Because the thing is Scott and I were never, and we never had, okay, I came in a relationship with a child. And then we had a child. We never lived out by ourselves. So when Xavier moved out, you talk about a change. When you have you start a relationship with children. We went through a moment there that we're like at each other. Now it's like, hey, how are you? Fine, good. Diamond noticed that. She's like, man, you and Dad are just testy with each other. But we had to adapt to being empty nesters, and we never didn't live with kids. So it was just weird for us. We didn't, it was a change. We both had to realize it, but we laugh about it. The kids know I laugh because Scott said the bonus of being empty nesters is he can walk around the house naked and not worried about it. And the kids know to call first. Just like Tim a few months ago, he was having some problems with his girlfriend. He wanted to come and stay at the house, get him. We're like, no. Me and Scott made a decision. You have to be in just dire straits to come and stay at the house. When Diamond and Sam lost their place, their housing, pulled a fast one on them, and they didn't know where they were going to go when Sam was going to school. They lived in a place that wasn't affordable, but they were making it, And all of a sudden, they got told they had to move out, and they didn't have a place for them to go. Diamond called me bawling. I'm like, I guess we're putting the bunk beds up in the living room, and you and Sam, kids are up in the living room and corner with bunk beds, and you and Sam are in the basement. So, we'll make it work. Well, then a night I found them a house. They actually love where they're living right now, anyways. So it was a blessing. Tim, on the other hand, we've helped him out, that we finally, don't get me wrong, I love him like my own. Tim is my foster child, okay? I love him like my own. But there comes a point where you have to say, grow the hell up. And that's what I did. I couldn't keep saying, yep, the door's open. And I have the policy. Home is home. But there comes a point, what's more important, your relationship or end of a beer bottle? And that was what was going on. So we didn't let him come back this time. And guess what? Everything's good now. And oh my God, that is cute. Did you make that, Sabrina? Are you on here, Sabrina? Look, you guys, check this out. I don't know if she, looks like she made it. I can't tell. Let's see. Or is that a bag? It looks like she made that, guys. Come on, camera. That is so cool. The little truck. That, I like that. That is so cute. Good job. That's awesome. It'd be awesome regardless if you did a shitty job. It's got a job. It's got a truck on it. So it's awesome regardless. But you did an awesome job. I like the truck. I hung up my trucks yesterday, matter of fact. I hung up the spring one. I'm gonna be hanging the other two that are like in my kitchen. I stood there for like 20 minutes trying to decide where I was gonna put those other two trucks in my kitchen. So I have them sitting on my kitchen table at the moment going, where do I want to put these in this kitchen? So they're sitting on my kitchen table right now. I think I'm gonna hang them underneath my. See, I was gonna hang them like behind my zinc, but then I'm thinking with the moisture being from the Dollar Tree, that ain't good. Awesome job. I love altering stuff. Or taking something old and refreshing it up. One of my favorite things to do, actually. Oops. Been a while since I did that, though. See, I gotta go get my wreath. Because I have a wreath that I hang when it's not summer, spring, when it's like not a holiday. I have a wreath for practically every holiday. Matter of fact, I'm just like, where's your St. Patrick's wreath, Mom? Guess what? I didn't hang it up. I didn't hang it up. So I'm thinking about putting one of the trucks in a wreath so that I can hang up every day this summer. But then on the other hand, I think it look cute hanging in my kitchen all year long. So that's where I am. I'm in a dilemma. I'll go get them so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You guys are probably wondering, what is she talking about? So for my birthday, Sabrina sent me these. This one's watermelon. I love it because that's why I said it looked cool in my kitchen. And this one is the strawberry, which will look cool in my kitchen too. And then there's this summer one. Welcome summer, which is awesome. This is what I hung up on my door. It's actually hanging on a nail outside my door. And this is the ones I'm debating if I want to hang up above my zinc or put one in a wreath that I can use all year long. I think personally, I'm just going to hang them up and leave them in my kitchen all year long. Because my kitchen It's cows and trucks, because it's a farm scenery. I love cows, so I got, like, farms, cows and farm, so the trucks fit in there. Anyways, but they didn't come into my Dollar Tree. Sabrina grabbed them, and she's like, "Do you have these?" I'm like, "Oh, no. Oh my god." It's like the Easter basket she found, too. I was at my Dollar Tree yesterday and didn't have them. I asked. Nope. Tara goes, "Nope." But, I forgot what I was gonna say. So she gave them to me for my birthday. See, I sent Sabrina money to go Dollar Tree shopping at her Dollar Tree because a lot of times I don't get the same stuff in. I s our Dollar Tree hasn't even got the stamps in yet, but I got the stamps I wanted because Sabrina went shopping for me. I sent her the money. I'm like, I let her know, and then I'm like, "Let me know what you want." Yeah, like, send her the money. It's like Bima found me the metal ones, so I can't wait to get my hands on those. I was been after them too, and she found them. Ain't that something? But each Dollar Tree doesn't get the same merchandise. Just like these. Everybody hauled these. Everybody was getting these. Mine just got these in like 6, 7 weeks ago. That's it. And the only reason I got 2 that I had is because somebody returned them from another Dollar Tree south from us. She moved up here and she realized she didn't need them, so she brought them back. So that's how I got these. I ended up getting 3 of them. This one I haven't figured out what I'm gonna put in. The only thing I wish is I wish they spun. So I'm thinking about trying to find something where I can put it on and I can spin it. Make it like a lazy Susan. And I kinda have an idea, but I gotta find it. I need to get a few of them for my brushes for my paint and makeup. This is what I got in one. All my brushes. Okay. And this is what I was hoping. And then the other one, I have my water brushes I use. I stick my scissors in there. I got Tim Holtz thing because I just stuck it in there. But this is what I was hoping personally, because I'd have bought everyone in a store. Okay. Is I wanted to do my markers. Yeah. And it didn't work. Too small. Because I'd have bought, I wish I could find a school. I told Scott, a cake pan from the Dollar Tree marbles. Oh, yeah. I have an idea. I'm gonna buy, I told Scott I wanna buy and have him make me. I looked at the marker thing you could buy, the whole markers. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna figure out how to make one. I'll be right back, ladies. I'm gonna go grab me something to drink. Miss Little Sleeping Beauty's still sleeping, man. Maybe she needs a kiss to wake up. Yeah. Because I want a shelf that will just hold all my markers. Instead of all these markers in one, two, three, four different places, four different holders. I want one big one. What the hell is my neighbors doing today? That's crazy. It's only 8, 9 o'clock and they're so loud. Like they're on a roof. It's a downfall of living in a duplex. And these neighbors are me and Scott. Oh, what's this? Okay, hang on. These neighbors that Scott and I got, they're terrible. I never lived next to neighbors like this in my life. But they found out my husband blasted them a couple weeks ago because they play their music so loud. So Scott got mad and put our surround sound on. Oh, yes. I'm going to save that video. I kind of fast forward the video you just sent me. I'll put that under helpful hints. There we go. Yes, that would be what I want. Exactly. Oh, I could put that right behind me. That. Oh, I can't wait to watch this video. Because I would. Yeah, I kind of I went through it real quick to see what it. Yeah, I could put that right behind me. Because right behind me, I'll take a picture. I would move this and I'm thinking about doing it anyways, but this is what's behind me. Right now, let me take a picture. This is what's behind me. Come on, turn. That's when you look behind me, that's what's behind me. This holds all my paints. I would just move that to the end of my table because I could just grab the drawer when I want. That's my printer. That would stay. I could make that and put that right here and have all my markers. Yeah. This right here is the worst thing I didn't buy it. My son did. I got that at Aldi's one year after Christmas. He bought me that for Christmas. We were together and he still had to buy me a Christmas present. It was $10. But you see how the bottom drawers are? They don't stay in. They collapse all the time. It's not I don't think it was made for paint. The whole is it not in the picture? I don't think that is made for markers or heavy paint. Oh, it's not in a picture. You can see it. I'm sorry. Right there. Come on. Oh, turn. Come on. That's what's behind me, where I'm sitting. This is what it looks like. That. Now, can you see it? Yeah. Yeah. And That's all. The bottom is just paint. That's more paint, Dylusion, watercolor. Don't remember this other random stuff. But yeah, they're not made for heavy things. So all the bottom where it's all my paint, from like Dollar Tree, they never stay in. That's my printer. And over here, I have some baskets with my stamps in. But Chantel, um, Zaber's girlfriend, he bought her the same one. Hers collapsed too, and she only got hers. She only stores paper in hers. So we think, to the fact they were only $10 at Aldi's, that that there was something actually wrong with them. Because I asked her not long ago, and I'm like, "How's your shelf holding up?" She goes, "I hate that." She had it in her bathroom at her dorm. I had the double, she had the single. She had, like, washcloths and some soap products, and it kept on collapsing on her, so she took it home and left it, and they used it in her little their little space in Xavier's apartment, and she goes, "They always collapse, they always fall out." No matter how many times Xavier goes in there and tries to tighten it. So, I think there was something wrong with them, that's why they were only $10. Middle shelf is 14 by 5 centimeters deep, times 41. Oh, I don't know centimeters, I'll have to figure that out. I hate centimeters. Back panels. Yeah, I'll have to figure that measurements out. I don't know centimeters. Scott'll help me, though. Scott will help me. I'll be like, "Baby, baby." Ooh. Oh, thank you. If you can, send it in Messenger. That's fine. I'm no hurry. I greatly appreciate you doing it for me. I might have my buddy who does woodworking take it over to him and say, "Here," and have him make it out of wood for me. He probably could do that. He works at construction sites, so he'd just get scrap wood because I'd just paint the damn thing. I miss my brother who used to work at building houses because if I wanted wood, I'd be like, "Oh, I needed this." Blah, 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 blah. 2 days later, I'd have it. mean, don't get me wrong, these cases that I have, especially the one from Artesa's nice. But I'd love to have like all my pinks in one section, even if they're by different brand, you know? I don't like I said, I'm always using, if you can see, look at this, my pile right here. That's three different brands of markers right here. See, you got a Copic, got Arteza, you got Uzum. So I don't really care about the name brand. I just use. But I want a better storage. Yeah. Is having and then they'd all be this because right now where I put these, some they should be laid flat because if you put them like this for storage, ink it'll flow to one side. So then when you want to go to use whatever end, you don't get an ink equal in there. I've come to realize that. So if I don't remember to shove them where I put them flat, then when I go to use them, oh, where is the video of the markers? The marker storage is the one we're talking about. DIY Copic case. Here, I'll put it back up if that's what you want to see. Candy, is that what you're talking about? This is the Vanessa font. This for marker storage. Because I looked at the one that shoot, Stampin' Up had. I was like, oh, yeah, I don't think so. It's crazy what they want for that stuff on Stampin' Up. You know how oh, the one I did the other day? I put them in the back row right here. I have it grabbed any to use this time. They're right there. Yeah, go ahead. Go right ahead. I put them in there. Yeah, they were good. I like them. Here, I'll use one right now if I can get it out. Oh, ugh. I didn't keep them in the case. I got them and I stored them in my Arteza case or my Arteza. But yeah, they're right here. They're really juicy. I'm just barely putting the tip down to do these. So if I when I need new markers, because I'm not buying Artezas again. Well, I'm not because the thing is their refills is four of them, and then you sit with 4 markers, and it's space. So I mean, right now I can get 80 of this brand or 80 markers of this brand for $30. That's not a bad deal for these parkour. So I think the next time I go to buy markers, I don't need any at the moment. I'm going to buy the parkours. They asked me to test this one, and they sent me 12, and I like them all. I gave them a good review. The only thing in the 12 set, I wish they would have had a red, like I said. Other than that, they were good. They're very juicy. I'm barely touching the tip to this coloring. It's a deep purple, if you can kind of tell the difference from the first one I did. The purple difference, a very deep purple. And like I said, I'm a big firm believer that when it comes to coloring and shading. Hi, Junk Journal. Lori. Um, it's not the product, it's how you can do it yourself. I don't need expensive Copic markers to do my shading, and it all depends. It doesn't make sense to add 3 layers of colors down and get what you want when you can actually do it, and I'm the opposite when it comes to coloring. I got told that by a professional. Um, I didn't even know she was watching. I can't say who she is because she contacted me. I was using her product, and she came across my video, and you know how usually person puts the light down and then they go to the darks? I do the opposite. I actually put my darks down and build the lights in, and I trace. Like, you see this? I didn't shade these too well, but she says for some reason I get it to work. I didn't I use products not the right proper way. Scott said he's some days waiting to come home and see that I lost my eyebrows from doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, or I blew up my craft room because I'm always adding, like, Tim Holtz sprays with my Dylusion sprays. I'm mixing and matching different products from different people all the time. So right now, these are I'm basic coloring. I'm not even on these. I'm just basic coloring. Alrighty, thank you. I'm just basic coloring. I'm not adding no other color. Just a basic color. But let me show you. See, on this one, I got the face done on this. See, I think I did pretty good. And that's 3 different. No, that was Ooza. I don't know how you say this name. Ooha. See, I didn't need skin tones. I forgot they were in my wish list on Amazon. And Diamond went in for my birthday. And I thought they were from actually Scott, and they were from Diamond. And she got me those for my birthday, and I forgot to take them out of my wish list. So I told Diamond, next time we go on, because Diamond has all my information of all my sites. I told her next time she goes on the Amazon, I said, I work. I didn't know I could put them like watch for later. I didn't know about that. So she's gonna show me. She's like, then put it for watch for later. And I'm like, where's that one? So she's gonna show me how to do that. Because she went into my wish list, grabbed me something off my Amazon wish list, and then sent it to me for my birthday. And it was skin tone markers. And I have the Arteza skin tone markers. I didn't need them. Yeah, she didn't know. So I have 2 sets of skin tone markers. I bet you have 400 easily. 400 markers. So I don't need markers. But I do go use them a lot. And I'm not replacing colors now. The box that has watch later. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I'm talking on Amazon. If you go on the Amazon page, Diamond told me, I have been putting everything I look at in my wish list. Okay? There is a watch list. Okay? And that's where she says I should put the stuff that I like looked at or whatever. There's a way to, instead of always having it in the wish list, watch later, whatever. Yeah. So that it's something I'm interested in, but I don't want. Yeah, she was telling me over the phone, so 'cause she goes in my wish list for my birth she does it for Scott. Yeah, or maybe it's saved for later. Maybe that's what she's talking about. I'm not sure. Save for later? She says put it somewhere else, not in my wish list. Yes, save for later. Maybe that's what she's saying. Save items. She's gonna show me. She'll probably show me when she comes today. So that yeah, um, so that when she goes in for, like, holidays, she'll like I forgot about when I got these, I thought they were okay. I thought Scott did it. Here to find out Diamond did it. I forgot I had these in there, and it was in the price range. That's why she picked it. They're from her grandkids. They saved their little $2 or whatever. They wanted to buy Nana something with their own money. So this was in their price range. I forgot this was in there because I would have not got I didn't need them. I had the Artezas. Well, I like them. I'll use them. I ain't gonna not use them. But yeah. So the grandkids, them are from the grandkids. They want to buy Nana a present. They wanted to. So I guess those dollar I laughed because I said, "Oh, so those all the dollar." Cause see, my grandkids are not dumb little kids, I tell you, cause they know if they be good, they get a dollar if we go to the Dollar Tree. So that before we walk in the store, I each hand them a dollar, so they get their dollar. So then they go shopping. Well, then they get up to checkout, they put their stuff on and they put their stuff up, and I pay for their stuff, they don't use their dollar, so they go home with a dollar, plus they got a dollar item from the Dollar Tree. They know how to work it. So I said to Diamond, "So basically, I bought my own markers." Diamond's like, "Yeah, basically, 'cause it's all their dollars they got from me. They put their money together to buy me a gift." So this is when they went in my Amazon, that's what they picked because they see me use 'em markers all the time. So I got my grandkids try to pull that on me all the time, and I tell them, "Story, you have money, use it." I yeah, I just don't click on it, you know? I'm not paying any attention. Well, I laugh where's these? See this? I have 2 of these running around the house. This one's missing its nose. It used to come out. You press it, it'd come out. I got home doing a Dollar Tree, haul, and I discovered I bought some pens because Riley thought they were cute, so she put them on the counter. The checkout. So I told her, "We gotta watch. Riley's a stinker on that one." So we gotta watch that. I came home with 2 pens that I didn't know I bought. Yeah. Well, see, they earn chore money from Nana because I have a can crusher on my wall in my kitchen to crush my cans because we recycle and go get money back from our cans here. I, I know some states you have to pay a deposit. Here in Wisconsin, you can take them in and get money. And our garage isn't attached, so instead of having in the middle of the winter, I was freezing my butt off smashing cans, and I bought another one, and I had Scott hanging on the wall in the kitchen, and I have an old litter box pail, and I smash my cans there, and then I just haul out the pail and dump them once a week or whenever it's full. But the grandkids know they can earn money if they smash the cans. And Riley used to get mad at me if I had the can smashed because every day after school she'd get off the bus and want to smash cans because she got 50 cents. Well, now the quarter raised it up to $1. So they'll walk in and any cans to do? Half the time I have to write them an IOU because I don't usually have paper money on me. So Coda's a worker. Coda's a little for me, not home here. He typical kid when he has to do his little chores at home. And because they have to take turns setting the dinner plates and then taking it. One has to set the table and one has to take the table, clear the table after dinner, and they rotate. And then Diamond does the dishes because Allie's only 11. She will be 11. She's just starting. Diamond's just starting to learn to do dishes, but they have to clear the thinner dishes, and then they have to assist Diamond putting away the dishes, and they rotate between Coda and Allie. And don't like the other day, Coda was so upset he was crying. I'm like, what's wrong? He had to put the dishes away. Allie didn't. It was Allie's turn, and Sam just told him to do it, and he was mad because he got told to do it when it was Allie's turn. Well, Allie was in the middle of a test online because Diamond and Sam both rotate doing dishes too because they both work. And that's so one does dishes one night. I mean, they got a good, their function is theirs, And I'm like, it's okay, buddy, because there'll be a time where you're busy and Allie have to do your dishes. Well, until he realized what I said and understood it, then he stopped. He wasn't mad anymore. So he says, so you mean there'll be a time where it was my turn and Allie had to do it? I'm like, yeah, it'll come back. Oh, okay. And then he was over it. They have small chores. I mean, they're only 7 and 11, and the Riley's only 5, or going to be 5. So Riley has her little chores. They have to put their clothes in the laundry basket, and they have to assist Diamond putting it away. I mean, they got their little chores, and they earn their little allowance. I told Diamond my allowance was $1 a week. She's like, what? I'm like, that's what my allowance was. For my grandfather, I got $1 a week, and I thought I was in high money. She's like, wow, we pay the kids $5 a week. And I'm like, damn. What's the tooth fairy worth? Tooth fairy. Talk about inflation. And Leah still gets her allowance too. Because Leah, Sam's daughter, comes up, she's there throughout the week. It all depends. She has a job right now, but she at least tries to come 2 times a week and at least every other weekend because she's a teenager. And the one thing Sam and discussed with Leah is that she has to at least come 1 week in a month. So she has to determine when that's going to be. Because for a while there, we weren't seeing her because she was always hanging out with friends and girlfriends. And I made a comment because I always tease her. That's what my oldest granddaughter looks like. I forgot. I haven't seen her for a while. Blah blah blah. And Sam's like, yeah. I said, you know what? And he goes, I said, I would tell her, you get that she's a teenager and she has friends, but she has 3 younger siblings, and you and Diamond, that she has to at least come and see yous. This is when she didn't live in town either, because she used to live 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. That at least 1 week in a month, she has to come up and see yous. And she did it. Well, now that she lives in town by us, matter of fact, she lives in my school district. She can take a bus and come to my house if she wants. Because we got it registered that way, just in case. They see her more often. She's a regular figure. She usually does 3 days at her dad's, 3 days at her mom's, and then back, and they run her into school. Usually, if it's Sam, will drop her off on his way to work. Sam has to be to work for 6:30, 6 o'clock. He'll drop her off at home, and then she catches a bus. Or I think she gets a ride, I don't remember. But now she's a regular fixture. Matter of fact, she's at Diamond and Sam's right now. And then they'll run her into town for work, and then they'll go pick her up. She was scheduled to take her license because she's 17, and she was scheduled for the class, and it's been so delayed. I said, or she'll be 17. Damn it. Will she be 17 or 18? No, she'll be 17. That her class has been put off for almost a year because she was supposed to start last April. So it's going to be a year. And they still haven't rescheduled her lesson, hers. So she hasn't started her driver's ed yet. And I said, Jesus, by the time they do it, she'll be 18. She might as well just do it. Sam goes, that's what I was telling her. But she's got a car. We all pitched in and bought her a car. It's sitting outside Diamond and Sam's house. They use it right now. Because Diamond's car broke down a couple days ago, and she ended up using the car so she could get to work. I said they'll probably end up buying her a different car. But yeah, she owns a car and don't have a license to drive it. We did that last year for her because we figured she'd have her license by the time her birthday came along, her 16th birthday, because she was 15 when she started to go take her class. She would have took her class, turned 16, and she would have then did her driver's test. But it got canceled. So she'll be 17. I get confused on her age-wise because I didn't know her until she was 4 years old. So I always date her by a year. I don't know why. She tells me that. She goes, do you know you age me by a year every year? I'm like, I'm sorry. Because I was like, man, I told her, I said, you were supposed to be my personal chauffeur. If I needed a ride, I'd be calling her because she lives in town by me. She don't live that far from me. I'd been like, hey, Leah, what are you doing? Nothing. I'll put gas in your car. I need a ride. There we go. It is done, guys. Oh, no, it's not. One more thing, and then it'll be done. I'm going to go wake up Sleeping Beauty because I'm getting hungry. I'm ready for pancakes. I want pancakes. No, actually, I want French toast. French. They have this awesome French toast at High Hop I like. I love their hot cocoa there, too. She must have been up late with Scott last night. Because she was in by me when oh, man. We were watching a movie, and I fell asleep. Went to bed with a granddaughter next to me and woke up to a husband next to me. So I don't know what time she felt she got up or if Scott had to move her. Mm-hmm. Yep, yep, yep. Okay, there we go. Now it's done. There we go. I like how I got this. And then I'll put that over. This will be decorated and you can see it that way. And then I'll color her later. And then she'll go in that one. And I may add some details of this one. I don't know yet. I kind of like how it's looking the way it is on its own. But I could see me adding like maybe one of these flowers going along the edges. Right here. Right here. Just to add something and maybe something here. And then flip. And then I'll decorate this side. And then I'll decorate on this one. That's cool look. Yep, I'm done here too. I've been on here. You figure I started, let's see, I started my first video that I had to end because all of a sudden I hit my camera on a dot and it camera was disconnected for 2 hours and 44 minutes. And I've been on here for another 2 hours. So almost been on here 6 hours. But it's my Sunday. I probably wouldn't have been on here for 6 hours if it wasn't for the granddaughter still sleeping. So that's that one. I like how it turned out because you can still see the vine over the dark because of the green background. I like how it looks. So I'll finish coloring her and she'll go there. And I may just do it on my own time. I may come back on and then I want to decorate this. So then I'm thinking I want to use white on this one. And then add black, like redo this over white. Let the white marker go over the black and do it the white and add the black in instead of how I did this where it's black and I added the white. I'm going to do this the opposite. I'm just going to redo that and have that look on that one. Thank you, Sabrina. So I'm going to let y'all go. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I'm going to go start waking up little Sleeping Beauty because it's 9:30 and I'm getting hungry. I was hungry. I want my French toast now. But I'm still thinking about color. I think these flowers will look cool just in the corner right there. Not going all the way up. Just these funky flowers right there. Right there. So I'll color them. I'll probably do some coloring. So thank you guys. Thanks for the thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for coming in today. Hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday. As always, be happy, be kind, be safe, be funny, be crafty, and bye for now. Bye, everybody. Have a good day. Bye. Bye, 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 bye. You too. Have a great day.